What's good? It's Jagozi. It's Thursday, December 14th, 2017. And here we have some fresh coded propaganda from the state of Ohio about the Pike County Massacre that happened April 22nd, 2016, near Piketon by Cincinnati in southern Ohio. And the Supreme Court is talking about the case, talking about just look at this in light of how this is just another false flag event put on by the police. Ohio High Court shields full autopsy reports and slaying of aide. So the police go murder the Roden family, cover it up, and then they use their other minions in the Supreme Court, these coded actors, Maureen O'Connor, to then make sure that nothing else can come out of it. And then they give you excuses saying it's, protect the family's identity, privacy, all sorts of nonsense. So we're going to get into this more, but I want to start while the video is early to show you undeniably how the state of Ohio reveres the number 27 and 72. The Buckeye state, Buckeye assumption 2772, and it's deeper than this, of course, and this is why the Zionist Jews made it the Buckeye state. This Buckeye has gematria and all that. But anyway, B is the second letter, U is the 21st, K is 11, you see that. So see how U is the 21st, 2 plus 1 is 3, and reduction 27. So now we're going to apply this is Kabbalah, this is gematria, to the actor who's playing the role of the Chief Justice of the Ohio Supreme Court. Yes, I'm telling you right now, the Chief Justice in the state I'm in is just nothing else than a stage performer participating in bullshit propaganda. If you type in her name in gematria, it sums to 7227. See that? Reverse in alphabetical order. You don't count the zero numerology. So A is 26, Z is 1. Forwards and backwards reducing 72. And then 171, Ohio, the 17th state. The capital of that is what? Columbus, Ohio, where the Supreme Court is. 171. What does that tell you? She's a born-to-be actor, the Zionist Jew, Jesuit order, who really runs Ohio, puts these actors in place to participate in propaganda to further their agenda, their police state. Look at her telephone number. Without the area code, 3 plus 8 plus 7 is 18, plus 9, 27. Her fucking phone number sums to 27. This is called architecture. Architect 87. She was born 8/7, Jesuit 78 in most parts of the world, 7/8. That is also the same day, 2 years prior, that Ohio gets officially recognized as the 17th state. And again, who becomes Chief Justice? This bitch right here. Born in 51, federal 51, conspiracy 51. She's nothing else than a walking conspiracy by the numbers. And she knows. She'll probably send some minions to suppress me, but she knows. She's right now the 61st Lieutenant Governor of Ohio, or no, she was. Ohio 61. So to top it off, look at their constitution. I knew it was going to sum to this before I even did it. And I always say that just to let you know, the pattern is that strong. I say it all the time. You apply this to Ohio, you get the same exact thing every single time. It doesn't matter. All my sports fans apply it to LeBron James, get the same thing. It doesn't matter. Type in The Godfather. So the Ohio Constitution, the current Constitution, contains the following articles. The preamble, one of the shortest preambles of any state constitution. Look how, that means it was written, it was crafted, it was built, it was sketched, all by the Freemasons. All 33 words too. sketch 33, craft 33, build 33. And then this long preamble, look what it sums to. Reversing the alphabetical order and reducing 720, which is just 72. Reversing the alphabetical order 2007, 27. Buckeye 2772. This right here is the most undeniable example ever, at least in my opinion. Maybe, you know, her how coded she is too. She might be up there. But look at, I mean, just think about it. Just use your brain and think. If you're still skeptical or denying, I didn't even see this before. The shortest preambles. This is, I didn't make this up, the current Constitution of Ohio. And then they put right here, and this will always be here. This will be a special thing. They made sure it's summed to the special numbers of Ohio. We, the people of the state of Ohio, grateful to Almighty God for our freedom to secure its blessings and promote our general welfare, do establish this Constitution, which is nothing else than a piece of bullshit paper, Zionist Jew paper. That's all it is. What freedoms? There's no freedoms at all. So that's how you can tell it's just a piece of paper. Grateful for what? For being enslaved by the Zionist Jews, the Freemasons, the Jesuit order who just then crafts this shit by the numbers. It's just despicable. It gives you this actor by the numbers. So there's even more coding in this. How far are we? No, we're not even 10 minutes in. Plenty more to see. If that was even a lot. First off, Columbus 34. First publishing this at 934. So anyone new here, S is the 19th letter. 1 plus 9 is 10. So if you reduce once, it's 34. Columbus 25. Oh, this is Texas. But, you know, it's funny I'm finding Central Texas News Now, 25, talking about this. You know, it's how I like to do it. Anyway, at 1:37 p.m. is when they updated it last. 137, the 33rd prime. So here's the narrative. A divided Ohio Supreme Court on Thursday rejected requests for unredacted autopsy reports from the unsolved slayings of 8 family members. The court ruled 4-3 that the Pike County coroner in southern Ohio does not have to release the reports with complete information. Chief Justice Maureen O'Connor, writing for the majority, said Ohio law regarding coroner records clearly exempts the redacted material as confidential law enforcement investigatory records. So just that alone, you know, these people are just colluding to make sure that the police can keep killing, murdering people by the numbers in their ritual sacrifices for Saturn, for the numbers 27, 36, and 117, all for time rituals. And we can't do anything about it until we all come together. So look at this 43. This is why the court ruled 4-3. And again, it will let you see why this is all just a bunch of coded, predetermined bullshit. It was an act. Besides killing 43, Masonic 43, my note's not saved. Or I remember it. Oh, here it is. Coroner 43, killing 43, Masonic 43. Talking about the coroner. And it was in with 43 numerology. They do their 4-3 rule. And I've always talked about it. Ohio loves doing things also on days with 43 numerology, especially things with the police involved, the justice system. It's Sonic 43. And I didn't mention this earlier, but how I even saw this, what initially tipped me off about this was the date numerology. And this shows the strength of the date numerology. I just looked at what's going on today. I see 36. I see the date with the 17 days remaining, and then the 63 numerology. So you're like, okay, this is a life lesson number. Very special number. What has a very special number to 36? Well, Ohio obviously first comes to my mind. And then also the 17. And then I see the 63 too, Columbus, Ohio with this. The Key of David with the double 63. You know what I'm saying? And then I was like, okay, I type in, all I did was go to search engine, type in Ohio, and I find this. So that is another way of how you can read the news. You just start with the date numerology and see what they're giving you. Also, Pike County's initials, the 16th letter, the third letter, that's the 38th prime, death, killing, murder, 38. 1 plus 6 is 7, sacrifice, 73. This is why an autopsy is part of the whole narrative. Again, the whole Buckeye Code. This is how the state of Ohio is run. I cannot be any more overemphasizing right now. No one in Ohio has ever taught you this, at least as far as my knowledge. But now you know. Anyone who's never even been to Ohio, anyone who lives in China, anyone who lives in Europe, Asia, Africa, doesn't matter. Now you're experts and knowing how the state of Ohio is run. And this is how your nations run too. How your cities run too. One more time for the Key of David connection. All about the Key of David in Columbus, Ohio. I'm at the time, control. And then they say, the case before the court involved 7 adults and a teenage boy from the Roden family on a date leaving 17 days in the year in the 17th state, Mason 17, Zion 17. Even in Wikipedia, the 17th footnote is the abbreviation OH. Crafted propaganda. That's what this is right here. That's why I call it that. It's an art to them. They don't just decode propaganda by numbers and put it in front of you. There's an art, how they like to put it in your face. So again, the date numerology of the Pike County Massacre, it happened on date with 17 numerology, date with 44 numerology, kill 4417 in the 17th state. Date with 42 numerology, Jesuit 42 is definitely who put it on. Freemason 42. Life lesson number 39. There's more to that 35. There's more at 35. I know Catholic 35, Thelema 35. There's more research on this one to do. I know someone asked me a while ago, and I tried to research it, but there's some more information I wanted, and now I definitely have it. It was on the 113th day of the year. It happened. Dishonest, green screen, mainstream, Baba Kamal 1138 says it's okay for the Zionist Jews to lie to you. And then this is perfect. It cannot be any better. So if you look at Baba Kamal 113A, type in all the not true, green screen, mainstream, see that's all dishonesty. The Zionist Jews or any Jew can lie to you if you're not a Jew in a legal setting. And now what do we have? Supreme Court, the highest of the legal settings in the state of Ohio, clearly lying to you by the numbers, and it's clearly okay about a case happening on the 113th day of the year. And that's probably even why it went to the Supreme Court, just for a nod to that. Oh, it's the Supreme Court. We can lie to them. It's completely legal. Man, see, Ohio reveals this entire Zionist Jew mentality so hard. Because it is a Jewish state. Israel's a Jewish state, and so is Ohio. This is little Israel. Your state is too. So we'll look at Roden. I didn't point this out. See, sacrifice sums to 73 using alphabetical order. 37 reducing. For Roden. Sacrifice 46. 60 is going. 26, 62. Just reflections. Israel 98. On a date with, this is definitely some Thelemic Israel Saturnian ritual going on too. I mean, of course. That's everything they do. Roden 26 on a date with 26 numerology, they get murdered. Sacrifice 62. See what I'm saying? If this was all just random, if your police weren't involved, then it would not be by the numbers like this. Like, what does investigatory records umbrella? You see what I'm saying? What does investigatory records sum to? One more time, this is the first line of the preamble. It's the preamble. Unbelievable. Absolutely. Is that even a word? I probably spelled it wrong. I did. I completely spelled it wrong. Investigatory. 104 like Jerusalem. 121 like Revelation, like blood sacrifice. It's 100% what it was. A blood sacrifice, and that's why they put this in quotes. So this is where you live. You know, the 266 Pope now. We're talking about the Jesuits. He's a Jesuit. This is Jesuit propaganda with the black and red colors. Ohio's bird is the cardinal. I think, you know, the black and red bird called the cardinal. You don't need any other evidence for that either. Pike County Coroner David Kessler, probably some Zionist Jew. I don't trust any of these people. That's what I'm saying. Look what they're doing. 48 like propaganda, 78 like Jesuit, like Scottish Rite. And then the Supreme Court, the main girl, Maureen O'Connor, born 7/8. So there you have it. One more time, if that was a live information, what tipped me off to this was all I did was open my calculator, hit Control T, enter, and then it brings up the current day's date numerology. I see 17, the 36, 63, double number. I see that trope. I'm like, okay. And you have to see the little 43 too, and the 45 for ritual, summer Saturday magic square. I'm like, okay. Ohio, let's look. And you literally just go type in Ohio up here and you find whatever. There's plenty more propaganda up there too, but this stood out the most. And you saw something with 43 numerology, doing their 4-3 rule. This is 4 months, 7 days from Maureen O'Connor's birthday. Killing 47, killing 74, both of those. Order out of Chaos 183, America 129. It's also 130 days, 13, very special number to Ohio. The Buckeye, propaganda 48. I mean, Ohio was founded on 1/3 or 3/1, whichever one you want. So the 1st of March, 1803. She was put into office 147 days from her birthday, by the way. Freemason 147, Master Builder 147. It's exactly 21 weeks, Saturn 21. And it's a span of 22. Oh, no, it's not. Ignore that last thought. But even better. Seals the deal right here. This is also how you know she was coded. What a great way to end this video. Judge, jury, that 4774, I'm typing this out soon, but put into office a span of 21 weeks and 1 day from her birthday. Judge 47, 21 weeks and 1 day is 211, the 47 prime. See how that mistake just turned into an ultimate piece of evidence? Just to further seal a deal at how she was a born-to-be actress, deceiving the people of Ohio by the numbers, by the Freemasons. They're compensated at 47 degrees. Jury 74, the reflection. It's not a coincidence. Now with her gavel, she's going to use her gavel. 21 weeks and 1 day from her birthday, you say I was fucking working? Undeniable. This is how the Zionist Jews who created your legal system, this is how they do it. And I've just exposed her completely, ripped her wide open. There's nothing she can say, there's nothing she can do. When I go out in public and do it, I'll have this video just to back up everything I'm showing. So I think the strongest piece of evidence still, as I said, though, is their constitution. I mean, I don't understand how it's not. I really want to end with this one more time. One of the shortest preambles of any state constitution sums to 2772. When I saw that, especially after thinking like, oh, it's gonna have Ohio's numbers, I even said it out loud, to myself. And then I see this, and left everything I've been showing, video after video after video after video, everything y'all seen from me. Nobody can say that your federal government does not use gematria. And that's what I'm saying. So when you see this, you're like, okay, well then who owns and operates the state of Ohio? It's the federal government of the United States. Well then, that means they're doing by the numbers. Who founded that? Well, the Freemasons, the Jewish Zionists. I mean, who's using this Kabbalah? The Zionist Jews. I mean, really no one else. Freemasonry is from the Zionist Jews. The Jesuits from the Zionist Jews. That means Ohio is from the Zionist Jews. I mean, that's the whole takeaway of this video. Which means you apply this. You see all the wars are done by the numbers. All the oppression around the world then is being caused needlessly. People are being displaced. Weather manipulation by the numbers. Storms happening like this. If Ohio had some big catastrophic event, some big natural disaster, it's going to happen by these same numbers. What does that tell you? That means it's done on purpose by the state of Ohio. So we need to stop this tyranny, and this is excellent proof to see how. That's why I just keep exposing these fucking people. Peace out.